within the streets in Nigeria. The Vanguard is reporting that there is something called constructive kidnapping. So the problem with these kinds of reports is that they happen so often, so frequently, that now you have to give them a tag. It's as though you have to create or fashion form out of the madness. It's like you have to look at a pattern and then figure out what's the method to this madness. And this is how the Vanguard puts it. Police expose new trend. It's called, in quote, constructive kidnapping. And they report that they've been able to rescue 16 ladies in Lagos. So whatever we're dealing with, we have to figure out how this is continuing. And by the way, I think at some point, I would love to link this constructive kidnapping to rituals. Do you know, in the last 3 minutes I've been in the studio, I just came by this post, and it's of a young gospel singer. It's alleged that he was found with the head of someone who's said to be a friend of his, a female friend of his. And I'm also going to at least play you a video of a gentleman who I would say was pretty much bragging about rituals and how there are people who make this the go-to place in their pursuit of prosperity. And the reason I'm trying to link all of this together is to show you how it seems, or at least appears, that every facet, every fabric, every thread in this fabric is being touched by something that's wrong from the top. And not because I think there's a direct bearing on kidnapping. There's not because I think there's a direct bearing on this new one, constructive kidnapping, when we look at kidnapping or the Boko Haram effect on a broader scale. But they seem to have the same nature. The end is to violate. In some cases, people are killed. In other cases, people lose their possession. And I think what's even more important is the growing trend of these things from top to bottom. You look at the entire food chain, or you look at the entire sequence of these things happening in society. We're left with maybe the question of what's happening in the events that we do not know what's happening. But even worse, is there even a way out of this at this point? Because when I look at rituals, I think there must be a part of culture that has touched on the sensibilities of the people to make, or at least understand, rituals. And sometimes it's not the sacrificing of a human being. Sometimes it's the traditional, you slaughter chicken, you give goats, you give the gods carrots and spaghetti, whatever. Then there's the eko and the stew in the bowl. You look at that culturally, and then there is the cultural practice of where people believe that in order for them to be prosperous, they have to give human blood. And so we're having people go into insanity, like literally go into insanity in this pursuit of wealth. So it's I know it shouldn't even be so complex on the first day for me, but it's in the news and I really want us to talk about it. I think that should be our second conversation. Our first conversation should be industries, sectors, ideas with which people can make money in 2025. There was a young lady who sent me a message saying, "Oh, Joyce, for 2025, we must do the show Where the Money At." And if you remember, we've been doing this a while now. At the beginning of the year, we try to reevaluate financial aspects of our lives and find out aspects or sectors in society where people, if they have the courage to, they can go into those sectors in order to make profit, legal and good profit. So that would be our first conversation. And then I think tomorrow, because I don't think we'll have enough time for that today, GDP. Well, I was going to get an economist to come talk about the Nigerian GDP and items that make up that list. But, I also came by a news article that says we have included in GDP, or the calculation of GDP, illegal activities. So that's broad, because I would love to inject into their categorization other means of illegal activities and whether those other illegal activities should be considered in the calculation of GDP. But something quite interesting is sex work. So sex work also makes a feature, or at least it was referenced in this whole thing, new aspects that should be injected into the calculation of GDP. Now, the reason I bring up the sex work part is sometime late last year, I had a conversation in radio and I was asking the public about, I brought up the topic, which was in the news, of sex workers looking for legal backing. And many, maybe I wouldn't say many, but a handful of this virtual signaling, seeming moral, many of you practically corrupt, like your conscience bears your corruption witness. Many of you corrupt human beings thought it would be good to make me feel guilty for bringing a conversation as that to radio because you laid it on me to be a moral symbol for you. No, I'm not your mommy, and that conversation must come back. It's already getting heated. We barely started 2025. Yep, that conversation has to come back, and you and your morality will not feature. I would love for critical, honest, straightforward, logical, rational commentary on the issue whenever I decide to bring it back, and I think I'm ready for that by tomorrow. When that happens, I would love for you to speak as though you are without judgment. I don't care for your morality, and if you force me to pry into it, it's really gonna get wet around here. So let's look at sex workers as human beings and accord them whatever respect we can afford, and speak on their matter as people who have their own sins. Let's look upon them, because maybe they're sex workers and that's an obvious sin, and just because your sin is not so physical or visible doesn't make you a righteous man. And again, let's not make your lack of righteousness the conversation. All right, thank you. I'm back. My name's Joyce. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. We're off on a break. We'll be right back.
For a while there it was rough, but lately I've been doing better than the last 4 cold Decembers I recall. And I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all. And I thank God every day for the girl He sent my way. But I know the things He gives He can take away. And I hold you every night, and that's a feeling I wanna get used to. But there's no man as terrified as the man who stands to lose you. Oh, I hope I don't lose you. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please don't take. I found my mind, I'm feeling sane. It's been a while, but I'm finding my faith. If everything's good and it's great, why do I sit and wait till it's gone? Oh, I tell you, I know I've got enough. I've got peace and I've got love. But I'm up and I thinking I just might lose it all. Please stay. I
Teach you how I grow my chicken to this size. I used to be a chicken farmer from 2018 to 2020, but I then stopped because it needed a lot of my attention. So you are going to get day old. At this time, I bought day old for 1,400 per bird. So you are going to place newspaper, clean ones, and clean everything, the plates and the drinkers and the feeders. So you are going to give them multivitamin for 1 week. That is 1 teaspoon per drinker. So they normally eat thrice a day, morning, afternoon, evening. So every time you will clean the newspaper, every morning you will change the newspaper. You will, in fact, they used to mop the room every day just to ensure that there is no contamination, to make sure they are comfortable and they are clean. They love clean environment just like we do. So this was, they are 1 week old. Every morning they will change the newspaper. In fact, sometimes when they get wet in the evening, they will change it before the next day. So it's like twice in a day they change newspapers. So yeah, you keep giving them their plain water. Just plain water, no need to add anything. So because it was hot at the moment, so at night we switch on fan for them with light, so they continue eating 24/7. So this was their second week, and at the same time, as usual, you keep giving them just plain water. They love clean environment. So the third week, I introduced sawdust to them, so it will absorb all the poop and any smell, even though it's quite far away from my main house, but still, you won't even know that you are growing chicken in the house. So this was the fourth week. They were so happy. I only lost 2 of them out of the 50, so 48 made it to the last day. So this was the fifth week. The fifth week, I introduced wheat bran with their Ultima. So one module of Ultima, 1 module of their wheat bran. So because I wanted them to taste like the broiler, noila, marja, to have this hard texture, not like the normal soft broiler texture. So the guy feed them morning, afternoon, and evening. But as they grow older, we reduce it to twice a day. So they all in all, they consume 10 bags of Ultima. So only 48, only 2 died, so 48 made it. So when it gets to the 6th week, I introduced rice bran. I went to send my rice to the milling company. So I saw that they were selling the soft one. Then I bought half bag for 4,000 naira. So I introduced it again. So rice bran, wheat bran, and then the Ultima, 3 mudu per 2 feeders, So this was how they were growing. This was their 6th week, and they couldn't even detect the difference with the original Ultima and this one, because the rice bran is very oily, so it makes them grow bigger. So I think this is the first time I grew chicken to this size, because on average it's like 3.1 per bird. So this was their final day. This was the 9th week. I kept them for 9 weeks, So this was the day they were gonna go. I called the guy that will help me cut and clean them. So he did everything for me, washed them, put them in the bag. I paid him, I think, 17,000 naira for doing this. So yeah, this was how they were going. And then after they were slaughtered, this was the average weight. The weight is 3.1, 3.2, roughly around there, So yeah, this was when they were cut into 2 pieces. So I asked them to cut it in different shapes for me so that I can use them. I'm telling you all this so that you can think of it as a business idea, because within 9 weeks, you are able to make hundreds of thousands of naira. And you see the size is just like turkey size. It's so big. 1 chicken, even it was divided into 2, it was really, really big for me. So after everything was done, they clean. I put them in my freezers, I spread them across so that they are able to freeze on time. So within 2 days, this is how they were looking. They were already frozen. So I spread it across different so that they can easily get to freeze. This is also very hard and very iced, and this is another freezer also.
All right, so I think this is a good place to begin. We're talking about where the money at, and surprisingly, I hear that raising chicks could be one good way to make money. Well, And then there is Forex. I'm not even making a case for Forex because recently I saw a guy who told a story as to how he went into Forex with the money his father gave to him. Actually, he was on social media begging for assistance because he didn't know or have the courage to go face his father. Explain to his father that the money his father loaned him, or I would say maybe the money the father gave him to start something in order to find his own footing, had disappeared while he was trading Forex. So I'm going to play you that audio and then open up the telephone lines. Let's talk about where the money is in 2025. My name's Joyce. You're on the sunny side. We're 99.3, and this is Nigeria Info.
Guys, crypto has killed me. My dad gave me 2 million naira to start up something so that I can, start contributing since him himself is down. After we came back from the hospital on the 25th of December, the 27th, my dad gave me that money. I bought $1,000. I put it on my Bybit account, which you can see here in the screen. I tried to trade. First day I made $200. I thought it was going to be like that. Second day, I lost $200. That same day, I said, okay, let me scale it up, trying to be optimistic. I lost another $300, making it $500. Leaving my account at $700. I stopped trading that day. I came back the next day, did my technical analysis. I entered. I think the mistake I did was I wasn't using stop loss because I just wanted to, scalp and get out of the market. The coin I was trading is called Cerebro. It wiped that account totally to $197. Right now, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell my father. And I don't know what to do with the $197. If I go trading it, I will lose it. So guys, please, those guys in crypto, these guys doing crypto, please, if there is any help, if there is any advice you can give me now, help me at least get back that $1,000. If I get back to $1,000, I'll be very happy. I don't even mind not trading again, but I can't just take this loss and go. I'm going crazy. Please, anybody with good advice, please help me. Help me.
All right. So I guess we're gathered here today to talk about where the money is. I'm surprised about the chick one. So you can actually raise chicks and make like serious money. And it's interesting because chickens, I hear, can die easily. Now, I don't know if there is a type, that is more prone to death than the other types. I don't know what the other risks are, but I'm hoping that between considering farming, husbandry, tech, crypto, whatever, we can unravel some deep secrets. And every other sector where you think people may be overlooking, because many times I think when we consider making money, I think it's a gamble. And because it's a gamble, I don't know if Nigerians do like proper research. I think sometimes there's just the notion of there are people in this sector and they're making money. Let me go there and make my own money. It's actually until you get in and you start interfacing with the complexity of the trade that you even begin to learn. So yeah, our hands are full this very beautiful Monday afternoon. My name's Joyce. We're 99.3 Nigeria Info. The phone number is 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190, and our WhatsApp number is 08095975805. You're on the sunny side. A happy new year to you. We're going to quickly go off on a break. When we return, we're looking for money in 2025. Legal means to make money. You can learn something. I can learn something. And so we're here to learn. And maybe by the end of 2025, honestly, we could really even have a party. All work and no play. makes who? A dull boy again? We'll be right back.
.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. For 3 decades, Chocolat Royale has been at the heart of your sweetest celebrations. From flaky croissants to decadent cakes, we've proudly served moments of joy, love, and togetherness. Here's to 30 years of baking with passion, creativity, and care. Made possible by you, our cherished customers. Thank you for letting us be a part of your lives, one delicious bite at a time. It's these moments that make the 30-year journey so meaningful. Whether it's a wedding cake, a warm loaf of bread, or a simple muffin shared with a friend, Chocolat Royale is about bringing people together. It's thanks to customers like you that we've been able to grow and evolve, striving to deliver the quality and service you deserve. Your feedback and encouragement inspires us to keep improving every day. Thank you for choosing us and for being a part of our community. We look forward to serving you for many more years to come.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Webolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he dumping my mood further whenever people are clapping, he's praising singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. So all the places where we can make money. And I also would like to tell you that the Lagos State government has this initiative. I just came by, the post on social media, and I would love to share that with you in a moment. But first, let's go to the telephone lines. If you are looking to get into the world of tech, well, I may have gist for you. Nigeria Info, hello, welcome. How are you? Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
this
Year.
Is AY
Welcome, AY. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah. Nigeria. The only places one can make money this year, right now we can make in so many places, but the sure ones are food, like agriculture.
Okay.
And then maybe if you can get into some kind of mining.
Mining what?
Of precious materials.
Can individuals get license for that? Well, I guess you can.
Very difficult, but it doesn't stop one from getting into mining. It comes in levels you get.
Oh, sure.
There's a chain value. You could just be a buyer and seller. You buy from some miners and sell.
Do you have any knowledge as to how this works? Can you give us anything, a starting point? When you say get into
just like anything in this life, if you mining, you must first develop a desire and an interest. And you must be ready to go the whole long haul.
Capital? What are you looking at as far as capital goes?
These days, capital can be, yes. It could be as high or let's say as low as between 2 million, 4 million, depending on what you want to go into. There's some you can trade with hundreds of thousands.
Okay. 2 million, that's not a lot of money for mining. Are you sure they would greet us when we show up with 2 million?
Yeah, you could get it. Even it's quite much if you want to start, but you could start on a really low level. Let's say, let me give you an instance. A 5 gram stone of, let's say, tourmaline, 5 grams. I think these days I'm just speaking on estimates because it's been a while I went into it.
Pardon
maybe
me.
Let's say 5,000, 1 million you can start off.
Okay, just hold on a second. I want to quickly go off on a break. Okay, I want to quickly go off on a break. When I come back, I would love for you to call back and give us a little bit more concise detail, all right?
I'll call back.
Thank you. Lagos will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
One station for talk.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, Nigerian breweries and universities, several universities now have permits to generate a total capacity of 63.36 megawatts of electricity through captive power generation. Captive power generation allows these entities to produce electricity for their own use, promoting energy self-sufficiency. Nigerian Breweries has been granted permission to generate up to 41 megawatts for its facilities in Abia, Oyo, and Enugu. Additionally, 6 Nigerian universities and the Nigerian Defense Academy have received permits for capacities ranging from 1.5 to 12 megawatts. This development underscores a growing shift towards sustainable energy solutions and greater independence for key institutions across Nigeria. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Air Force says it is investigating reports of civilian casualties during its recent airstrikes in Zamfara State. Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Vice Marshal Olushola Akimboyewa, reaffirmed the force's mission to combat banditry and restore peace in the Northwest while ensuring the safety and well-being of all Nigerians. He stated that the Air Force will collaborate with relevant authorities to uncover the facts and implement measures to prevent harm to civilians and civilian infrastructure during operations. The 46th Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Akim Abimbola Owode, has officially received his staff and certificate of office. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde presented the certificate in a ceremony held at the Government House Agodi, Ibadan on Monday. Governor Makinde emphasized the significance of the Alaafin as both a traditional ruler and a custodian of Oyo's rich history and culture. The event marked the formal ascension of Oba Owode to the revered throne of the Alaafin of Oyo. And the Lagos State Police Command has arrested 7 suspects for allegedly killing 2 Uber drivers in the Lekki and Ajah areas. The State Commissioner of Police, Olarewaju Shola, revealed that 2 syndicates, a 4-man gang and a 3-man gang, were responsible for the separate incidents. One of the drivers was reportedly robbed and stabbed multiple times in the neck upon reaching Obalende. The Lagos Police Commissioner advised ride-hailing drivers, including those on Uber, Taxify and LagRide platforms, to be cautious of their passengers. He recommended carrying no more than 1 passenger at a time for safety. And that's the news updates this hour. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Archivo. Thank you for your time, Lagos.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is The Sunny Side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
Let's talk.
I never ever thought that mining is something you could do with something as low as 2 million, but I guess today on The Sunny Side we're about to find out even what we didn't know about the things we didn't know. Good afternoon to you and welcome. The beginning of the year, and I guess the first thing is to map out some direction, some financial direction would be one, and I guess relationship direction, relational direction. During the course of the week, I guess we're going to have to touch on a number of areas in our human exploration, human living, that hopefully can impress upon us the way to go, how to go, if we should go, and dangers in the way. Today, We're talking money. Where the money at? We're looking for money. I mean, we've always been looking for money. Multiple streams of income has never been a bad idea. But sometimes it's not even because you're looking for multiple. Is that you have a business that's dying, you're trying to move into another business. Sometimes it's you don't even have any ideas for what to do with the little capital that you have. And so you need someone to help you out with what they know, how they know it, where they should go. Someone who's already done the groundwork for you to give you enough foundation to begin your own operation, like learning, finding, seeking, and eventually maybe investing in that business. So where the money at? If you are making money, have been making money. If you heard something you think we need to know, bring it forward. The Sunny Side Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Hello, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for calling.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Welcome. Tell us your name.
Happy New Year. My
Happy
name
New
is
Year
Robert.
to you. Good to have you up.
Joyce, I listened to the lady's comment. She said she needs advice. Honestly, I don't know if I'm free to tell you my own personal experience. Just brief.
What? Poultry farming?
Can I go on?
Is it? You want to tell us about poultry farming? I don't know what you're trying to talk about.
It's about this online trading and money making.
Oh, sure, please. Go ahead.
So a friend of mine introduced me to BOK Investments last year, I think November. So I downloaded the app, but I started with internship. That one, you don't invest anything. It's a free something. Then they will just give you some books to read online. After maybe 1 minute, they will give you 500. Then after 2 days, 4 days, you get 2,000. After maybe 3 days, you withdraw the money. Then after that one, you can now begin to go ahead from step 1, 2, 3 to I don't know. When I look at somebody, they introduced me to a WhatsApp group. Though I successfully withdraw the 2,000 anyway. The WhatsApp group, there are so many people there that have gotten to level 7 with about millions of naira with the hope that they will withdraw. Honestly, Joyce, you know that December last year, the thing crashed. People were crying. They were unable to withdraw their money. You understand? I just found out that because I was having the intention that, okay, since I was able to withdraw 2,000, that was the same December. I said, let me buy and start with level 1. Yes, about 20-something. Is this 15,000? I don't know the amount. The week I was planning to do that, it was the week that thing crashed out. They blocked the WhatsApp group. The site was blocked. You cannot access it. I said, thank God. Though.
Wait, what were you mining? Hold on a second. Let me even understand this. What were you mining, please?
No, what happened is that if you start without something, they call it BOK investment.
Okay.
You start with internship. It's a free. You don't pay money. You don't pay a dime on it. So they will give you book. Not necessarily you must read those books, but seconds will be counting. Maybe 20 seconds. After 20, you just scroll down. The book has a lot many also online. And they just scroll down to the last level. When it is 20 seconds, you click. You click again about four pages. Then 500 naira for that day. You wait for another day again.
Wait. They pay you. Hold on a second. They pay you for reading. Is that what you're saying?
You said?
They pay you for reading their financial books. Is that what this is?
Yes. They pay you.
Someone should
for
pay
internship level.
Internship.
500 naira per day.
Okay.
You don't need to read, but just scroll down. Your own target is the seconds. If it is 20 seconds, you just so 4 days, 2,000. Then after 3 days, you can transfer the money to your bank account. You withdraw. This is just a way to lure you in. Then you now use your money to buy to start from level 1. It depends on your pocket. You can start from level 4, level 5, but the more higher you go, the higher your pocket. So I saw when I viewed the group, I saw people that have already there with big money. Some have earned up to 500,000, 1.something million. Do you know that this thing crashed you just like MMM? I'm telling you, December.
Wow.
I was shocked.
That's some information.
Online trading. There are some genuine ones, but there are many fake. They will start with sweet mark, but the end of it is bad. Joyce, one need to be careful and one need to seek advice very well before you do any online trading.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that gist. I do appreciate it. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. We're looking for money.